Today we're going to tie a simple Estes egg fly, which is great for steelhead up on the Salmon River. Even the kings like it, and even if you fish trout, trout like eggs too, so it definitely work for them. So we'll just go over some of the materials here real quick. So the back here and the tail, they're just some amber biots, whether it's goose or turkey, doesn't really matter. The body is a hot pink thread with a tan or a golden tan trilobal dubbing. And you can see there's hot pink thread used, and that's one of the keys actually to this pattern, because that hot pink thread will actually shine through. You can kind of see it shining through now a little bit, but when it gets wet it'll give it a little glow on the inside, like there's a little yolk on the inside. The collar here in the front is just one or two turns of Estes, and it's butter rum colored. That's why actually, even though it's just the Estes egg, I jokingly call it a butter rum ball, just because it's well, the butter rum color, and then the egg's the shape of a ball, so I'll just go with that. And then up front here we have a tungsten bead. It's up to you whether you use black, gold, silver, it's your choice. And the hook is a Daiichi Boss hook, size, well, the smaller size, about 6 or an 8 is fine. You can make them bigger as well, but we'll get started here. Get a fresh hook in the vise. You can bang these out pretty quick. There's not too many materials, not too many steps to it, so it's a nice, quick, simple pattern to tie, and you don't mind losing them. So first thing is get some thread on here, and again, make sure you use hot pink thread for this this color variation anyway. The pink really seems to make a difference. Get a little base layer on there. Get to the back. Get 2 biots selected. And I take these biots and I'll put them back to back so they're curving away from each other. Try to align the tips up. And you can just tie them on each side of the shank there. And it's okay. They don't have to be you know, real separated like you would say a stonefly or something like that. I'm going to make a nice base of pink thread here. And we're going to leave the thread up front, well, actually in the middle. So what I'm going to do is get some nice tacky dubbing wax. Put that on the thread. Alright, let's zoom out a little bit here. See what I'm working with. So this is just a trilobal dubbing. What I like to do is I like to take a small clump and keep pulling out pieces until they're starting to come out in a 90-degree angle, or straight out. They're not just clumps of it. Because we're just going to touch this onto the thread. We're not going to spin it. Just press some of it on there with your thumb. A little more. Should be enough. No big deal if it isn't. Now we're just going to take the bobbin, spin it. This isn't the dubbing loop, we're just getting the fibers to just kind of spin around the thread just a little bit. Alright. Zoom back in here. Now we're going to wrap back towards the tail. And we're going to go back towards the front again. And we'll pull the excess off. And I'll even pull some of this excess off too. It's alright if some of these fibers are long. You can, you know, pull them or trim them, but it'll actually make that egg look like it's kind of milking a little bit in the water. But if you wanted to trim it, that's fine. No big deal there. I'll get our piece of butter rum here, Estes. And again, it's just plain, it's not opalescent or anything. I'm going to pull off some of the fibers here on the end to get down to the cotton core. Make it a little bit easier to tie in. Now as you wrap this, it's only going to be a couple turns. You don't need too much. One, pull those fibers back as you wrap it. Two, this time we'll do three since we have room there. But between 2 or 3 is fine. You don't need more than that. And wrap that off, tie it off right behind the bead. You only need 2 or 3 nice turns there. Pull this material back. Now we can make a nice little hot pink collar there. One whip finish. I always do 2 just to have it. Pull that nice and tight. Trim that off. There's our finished fly. Again, if you want to, you can trim some of this off. Not that big of a deal. If it's long and shaggy, it's gonna look like that egg might be busted a little bit and some of the juice is coming out. There you can see it nice and quick. Effective pattern. Caught a lot of steelhead on this fly over years, just dead drifting it on the bottom, just like I'm nymphing it or even underneath an indicator. But if the fish see it, they're going to take it, especially if they're in a feeding mood. So good luck, good time, and even better fishing.